So she didn't want me there for the abortion. I flew down anyways. And the night before the abortion, she was talking to me. She's like, we can have more kids in the future. And I'm like, right before you're going to go end this, that's what you want to comfort me with? So I'm like, just stop. It's okay. I'm not here to be a sour pout. I'm not pouting. It's okay. Let's just go through with this. I wake up in the morning and she canceled the abortion. So this is like the 9th time already that she's changed her mind between having it or not having it. And I can't stress this to you guys enough, how fucking debilitating and mentally breaking it is to have to deal with somebody changing their mind. Now, I'm sympathetic because I can imagine it's a stressful situation. You're deciding your future, you're hormonal. You know, I'm being as patient as I can be throughout the whole process. I'm not saying nothing because I don't know what it's like to carry a kid. But to be honest with you, it was tough on me, okay? The same way it was tough on her. I'm not here to villainize her or whatever. All my friends, listen, my friends have nothing nice to say about her, okay? They say she didn't have women pregnant, this is lying, whatever.
Facts.
I don't say any of that.
So Abba from Abba in Preach responds immediately to his ex-girlfriend saying that he was going to abandon the child because she was pregnant and he was blocking her and shit like that. Man, he sat down for 2 hours and explained this and showed proof. This woman is evil though, dog. This woman is evil. She got her friends involved to try to blackmail him about releasing a recording. But she tried to make it seem like he didn't want the child. But what we find out is he wanted the child. The reason he wanted the child is because he loved her, and also I guess the doctor said he had a low possibility of having children. So this might have been his only time having a child that she eventually aborted. Not because he wanted her to, because she kept playing the game and trying to control him mentally by saying, "Oh, I'm going to go abort the child tomorrow if they get into an argument or some shit," which makes me believe she never had a child. But she tried to frame it as if he just walked away. He just had this deadbeat energy. But really, initially, she wanted to abort the child. But let's get into it. This shit evil.
And I regret the way I handled it. And I feel like the first few weeks, I was like thinking about you first. I feel like I was like in a triangle of like, okay, if I don't have the baby, then things can continue going on with Abba. But if I have the baby, then it's just like all this pressure with someone, you know,
I understand that's what you thought in your head, but like, I think the frustrating part for me is I literally flew down to be there for you for the abortion. I don't know how things were going to go afterwards, but like, I would have supported you regardless. But
it didn't seem like that. It didn't. You kept saying like, you're never going to be the same.
But that's just true. Right? Like, you are not going to be the same either. And that's okay. Like, I wasn't going to lie to you and tell you I was going to come out the other side one way. But I told you I'd be supportive and I'd be there for you, regardless. I didn't go down there to convince you not to do it. I went down there believing you were really going to do it. That's why I went down there. And like, you wanted to talk about it. I didn't even want to talk about it when I came down. You were trying to comfort me. And I said, it's okay.
But you were having a hard time. And sorry, I'm not going to argue with you. You don't think that I look at you and I don't care about how you feel. Like, you don't think at the time I'm like seeing you and I do love you and I'm like looking at you and I'm like, this guy's devastated. And then a part of me is like, I also don't want to, but I'm like, again, I was like in this triangle where like, okay, if I don't have the baby, things can still move forward because it's like we can still figure out if we're compatible. We can still figure all that out. And yeah, I don't. Again,
you're not going to be compatible with a man that wanted to have a child with you, but you didn't want the same thing. That's if you were even pregnant. If you're going to go get rid of this child and this might be the only opportunity for him to have one, and you know that, you're not going to be compatible after that. A lot of people saying, oh, dang, sometimes we don't see the signs. But he said he did, which he put himself in this position. He got to take all ownership with dealing with a woman like this and giving her so many opportunities to be manipulative, vindictive, and a goddamn devil.
I don't think if the pregnancy happened, I don't think any of this would have happened. But sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know. I think I always told you the outcome I would have preferred.
But I told you I would support you regardless, and I'd be there for you. And I think I try to show up both emotionally and physically by being there in person. I think I went out of my way to try to make that clear to you. And I also didn't lie to you. I didn't tell you I'm going to be fine, everything's going to be great. I told you, like, it's going to be tough on us. It's going to be tough on you, it's going to be tough on me. I don't know how I'm going to change afterwards. I can only tell you that I'm dreading it. And I think that's a reasonable and, like, mature response to the whole situation. You know, I don't need anyone to coddle me or anything like that. Like, I know these things are going to be difficult. And who knows, maybe it does break us. Who knows? But I would never force you into parenthood before you're ready. And I always told you that.
So what I'm saying there is because she didn't want to have the kid, and I was saying I did, right? I told her, though, like, I'm not going to sit here and convince you to be a parent. I think that's weird. Like, I can't force someone to be a parent. So if I'm having a kid with somebody and I'm the one who wants it and they don't want it, I'm not going to force them into parenthood. So I told her what I felt, and then I stopped. I stopped trying to convince her to keep the kid. She didn't want to keep it. So, you know, I just accepted it and tried to be supportive, but I was in this really weird position. So I'll keep going.
Always. And I understand you may have not felt that way, but I think you don't know from my perspective, like, I really tried to convey to you what I wanted while letting you know that I would have your back to the best of my abilities, whatever you choose. And I understand you might have felt differently. I'm just saying what I said and what I tried to do in terms of actions. Okay? Right? Because you didn't want me there for the abortion. Remember? I had to convince you. Yeah. So I wanted to be there for it. And I told you it's my responsibility. It was not.
She didn't want him there for the abortion because it's probably no child. You don't keep scheduling appointments. She was just scheduling appointments just to show him she scheduled an appointment. She didn't want you to. Do y'all just listen to her response. The only reason she responding like that is because she's been recording him. So she want to make herself seem as perfect. And I could be a little biased. He probably trying to make himself seem a little perfect too when he figure out she has been recording him. But this was a month after he noticed she was recording him and he stopped. But just listen to that response. Let's go back to that.
You didn't want me there for the abortion. Remember? I had to convince you. Yeah. So I wanted to be there for it. And I told you it's my responsibility. It was not to convince you. When I got there at the hotel, I was not trying to talk to you about it.
Nigga lying like a motherfucker. At first he I know he wanted this child. He seen how crazy this bitch started to act. He wanted to ensure there was no child. Like he regret. Like sometimes you regret the people you fall in love with, but falling in love after 4 months, she must got that goddamn. You feel me?
I know you were trying to say sweet things to me to tell me, like, we'll have more kids in the future, all this stuff. I was like, you don't have to say this stuff. It doesn't make me feel good, and it's okay. Like, I'm going to be there. We just got a big day tomorrow. Let's just get through it. And, like, that's me telling you I don't like what's happening, but I'm here because I care about you.
Yeah, she told him when he was tripping about her getting the abortion, she told him, don't worry, we can get rid of this one, but we can have more kids later.
Understand? So I think what's tough for me is like
So
man, buddy started crying, bro. Somebody out, oh, he's soft, oh, he's this and that. But y'all gotta understand, all men can't have children though, dog. Some men wants to be a father, bro, and start a family. Especially when he was thinking, like he said he felt betrayed, bro. Then y'all go, oh, he criticized Myron Gaines or Walter and his chick haven't been displaying herself like some OnlyFans model. We didn't even know who this dude guy was. We haven't heard any scandals about his girl trying to go deal with other men. She been low key, and even if she a low key woman, bro, she's still a woman when you got money and fame as a goddamn man. It's just it's evident though, bro. It's so crazy. Yeah, bro. Players get hurt too, goddamn. You feel me? But like I said, he said he ignored a lot of her red flags. So he take full responsibility for putting himself in this position. But then you still not gonna be like, damn, she gonna do me like that. You feel me? No, that shit hurt. I understand it. And if you lame ass niggas that haven't had enough chances with women, and you say, oh, this is how they treat you. Nah, our women don't treat you like that. They don't. It's just you might just experience this in your life at least once or twice, and you gotta learn from it. There's gonna be a lot of criticism on how this nigga is taking the L, which he criticized people, so he understand it, but only the real will really understand, though, dog.
So she didn't want me there for the abortion. I flew down anyways. And the night before the abortion, she was talking to me. She's like, we can have more kids in the future. And I'm like, right before you're going to go end this, that's what you want to comfort me with? So I'm like, just stop. It's okay. I'm not here to be a sour pout. I'm not pouting. It's okay. Let's just go through with this. I wake up in the morning and she canceled the abortion. So this is like the 9th time already that she's changed her mind between having it or not having it. And I can't stress this to you guys enough, how fucking debilitating and mentally breaking it is to have to deal with somebody changing their mind. Now, I'm sympathetic because I can imagine it's a stressful situation. You're deciding your future. You're hormonal. You know, I'm being as patient as I can be throughout the whole process. So I'm not saying nothing because I don't know what it's like to carry a kid. But to be honest with you, it was tough on me. Okay, the same was tough on her. I'm not here to villainize her or whatever. All my friends, listen, my friends don't. My friends have nothing nice to say about her. Okay, they say she didn't have women were pregnant. It's lying, whatever.
Facts.
I don't say any of that because I know, despite what the fuck she's doing now and all this goofy ass shit, she's not a bad person. At least that's not the experience I had with her. Now, maybe I'm stupid, whatever it is, love struck, whatever you want to say.
That shit she got between her legs must be fire. On top of her head must be fire. The hands, fire, cook, fire. You telling me she's not a bad person? After potentially taking your seed, getting rid of it, and telling you to your face we can have another one? Man, Will.
But I'm just not going to sit here and pretend like she's the demon or whatever. I just think it was a very stressful situation for two people who weren't ready at the time. And I think we just didn't handle it the best. And you guys are seeing it unfold publicly. And I think it's stupid that it's happening this way. But this narrative that I didn't want to have the kid or some baby drama, it's not real. For most of our relationship, it was me trying to tell her not to do it. Okay? So, that's what it is. And the reason why I just didn't want to do this vid or talk about this is because like it's personal and it's pretty traumatic. To be honest with you, I'm still grieving that whole experience and I haven't been good afterwards. It's a tough thing to deal with, thinking you're going to live life one way, and it's like very difficult. And I'm probably going to mourn that for a long time.
That's real. Nobody really talk about how traumatic the experience can be for a expecting father getting his child aborted because the mother don't want it. Y'all try to act like we just so detached as humans and we don't care about our children, especially as black men. I know he like Somali or some shit, but let's throw him in there real quick. Especially for black men. It is traumatic experiences happening to these men because a woman potentially went to go get rid of they goddamn unborn child. I'm talking about at 6 months, 7 months. You feel me? Because she changed her mind. But we don't get the same grace if we financially abort children. Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's bad. The outrage, I seen grown men, bro, just because they don't like him, misunderstood the situation and scenario, didn't comprehend what the woman was saying. They wasn't picking up what she was putting down. You feel me? Just because they didn't like him. I'm like, wait a minute. She initially said she wanted the abortion. Now she blaming him for wanting the abort. Like, Preach has something to say about it.
Do you have any questions that you want to ask me? Anything?
No, but I think really the only honest thing that I'm feeling right now is like you're not saying much, and that's just making me feel dumb for like saying everything that I said.
Why?
That's because she was recording his ass. She like, damn, I've been sitting here recording this motherfucker, and he's saying everything that's right, that is absolving him of not wanting his child. He not giving me nothing. So I'm mad that you ain't. You that bitch, man.
My boy, I'm gonna
So
tell
her
you.
apology, she's mad because I didn't reply in the way she needed to. So now she regrets her apology.
My boy,
Keep that.
my boy.
Keep
I'm
going.
gonna tell you something right now, okay? And it might be controversial, but I don't think so. In my lifetime, I've seen many pregnant women, and I can tell you that much. The pregnancy is not the problem. It's something else. 1, 2. So her body changed while you saw her being pregnant, right?
Yeah.
What are you trying to say? She wasn't pregnant?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, what do you see? What certainty do you have
I
except
believe
her
she was
word?
pregnant.
What certainty except her word do you have that she was actually pregnant?
Okay, so you think she wasn't pregnant?
That's not. I'm asking. I have.
I'm certain. I'm not going to say what, but I'm certain.
You do?
Yeah, I'm certain.
Perfect. We don't need to go any deeper.
I'm going to defend her when I feel it's fair. She was pregnant.
First, fair, cool. All right.
So I told you, all my friends, all of them were like, this bitch lying. She wasn't pregnant. Also, keep in mind, she never once asked me for money, ever. Like, it's not a gold digger situation
Not
or
a
whatever.
gold digger situation. It's a crazy situation.
Maybe. I'm just saying, the people run with that narrative like it just didn't happen. So I just want to say that. Let's go ahead. Man, why am I defending her? Yo, she a gold digger. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
No, it's just that all that I've seen people being wrong, and I've seen people being very, very, very highly hormonal in their pregnancies. That, my friend, is something else.
Sure.
Wait, is she pregnant now?
No, let's keep going with the story, bro.
It doesn't make me feel dumb. It just makes me feel like a little. Obviously, it was fine for me to say that, and thank you for holding space for me to even explain all that. I promise you, that was my reality, and that was all true. But I did kind of like pour my heart out, and
I just feel like if I start doing the same, we're gonna probably start arguing because you're gonna like disagree with how I view things or the way I view them, and I didn't want to invalidate whatever it is that you're feeling or do any of that. So I think that's why I'm just not.
okay.
That's why I'm not.
That's it right there. I stopped engaging. Because every time I would disagree, it was always like, you're more wrong. My feeling was, so I was like, you know what? Cool. I just stopped talking. And that's what you're seeing right there, okay? I'm going to move the recording along.
So he gonna give a response on why he changed his mind for wanting to be a father to her, and why he pulled away from her.
I didn't see any of that coming. You know, I also spent time thinking about it. I mean, as far as the end goes, you know, obviously I didn't see any of that coming, and I kind of just didn't say anything at the time because obviously I was very caught off guard, and on top of that, it was like an outcome I never could have ever imagined. So, you know, with the shock and everything, all I wanted was to just kind of get away. And I understand that from your perspective, you might have felt like you needed me, but honestly, it felt like you like ran a truck through my head, and I didn't want to say anything because I had no control or any say in it. So it's just like I just couldn't be supportive. I couldn't be there for you because I was just I don't know.
No, I knew I did that to you.
Yeah, and I'll just say, like, I don't know, my response wasn't great, but, it felt like I got ran over, and then I was, like, asked to be supportive and present by, like, the person who ran me over, and when I just kept wanting to, like, get away, like, I was just bombarded, and so then I just started attacking. And
By bombarded, I mean I was harassed by all her friends and threatened with blackmail.
I'm not proud of that response, but I don't know what I could have done in that moment when I tried to get away, like, and, I'm really not someone who spends time being cruel to the people around them or stuff like that. I'm generally very, very, very calm, but I definitely felt like, I don't know, I think I felt like there was not much space for me throughout quite a lot of it, and
All right, you're gonna hear me a little bit emotional. You know what I mean? Members only access. Turn this portion off. You want to see them tears yet?
We didn't know it was that until you said it. To be honest, maybe you had the sniffles.
I think I just
You're gonna hear it. It's gonna be pretty clear.
I don't know. I think the relationship as a whole,
I knew that
it's okay. Like, I know you know, but actually,
and I'm sorry that I kept like trying to reach out. I'm not saying this is right. I was so desperate to figure out, like, I knew that at that point we were just like at war and we were just fighting. But like I just was so desperate to figure out what to do with the pregnancy, and me wanting to keep it, and then I had broken up with you because I wanted to keep it, but then that was like a dumb thing that I did. Again, I froze, and
she's trying to reshape the narrative now because she's also recording. She don't want to take ownership throughout these after she started recording and blackmailing and shit. She don't want to take ownership to say that she didn't want the baby. But now when he say, okay, fuck it, I don't care, go get it, go get an abortion, I'm done trying to convince you to keep the child. Now once he stepped away from her, now she using this, I want to keep the baby. Now he doesn't want the baby, he's going to be a deadbeat. Like, bitch, trying to manipulate the entire situation. And people get tired of that, bro. Men don't want to deal with that, dog. Why do women make it so hard for men who want to be fathers? He wants to be a father. And plenty of them out there still on child support, going to jail because they can't afford it, going to jail because they can't afford to live a normal life because child support taking all that goddamn money, but still wants to be in that goddamn child life. Go broke, sleeping in their cars. I don't know why women do that shit to men that actually want to be fathers. And you could say the same shit and vice versa. Just flip it. I know we in gender wars, but this is egregious.
that ended up the way that ended up. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you, like, it was like, I don't know what the heck. My like cognitive ability was just like so impaired by all this pressure, and and then again, that's why I reached out to Preach, and I was just so desperate to figure it out and do the right thing, and it was like soul crushing. Like, this whole thing didn't like just hit like my heart, like it crushed my spirit, like everything did. Like from the moment, you know, even like me having that phone call with you, and me like not realize, like, and everything happened so quick. And even like a few weeks after, I knew it was my fault, but like I was like, I knew you were going through like your process of like shock in the beginning, but like it was the week
Is she trying to cry?
And Kimberly had came back to help me. I think this was 2 weeks after talking to you, after our last talk. And yeah, it was actually. It was 2 weeks after. I was still trying to figure out if I wanted the baby. I had gone through like a weird shock.
She was so shocked. Her first reaction was to run to Fresh and Fit and anyone else, like, to be honest with you guys, that's like, to me, so insane. I've never had a problem with someone so severe that I'm like, I'm going to blackmail you, or I'm going to contact your biggest enemy and tell them a secret I think is going to destroy you. Like, that's so goddamn corny.
Even her.
And to someone you love, like, you know, you guys hear me here. I don't talk about her like she's the devil. She definitely did some fucked up shit. But I still very much, there's some love in me because we went through something difficult. Genuinely. I'm still mourning the abortion, everything that happened with it. It's a tough thing for me. Be honest with you. I'm going to have to figure that out, and that's my own experience. But there's just certain things that she did, and she just doesn't recognize the gravity of it or what kind of betrayal it is. Go ahead.
Nah, bro, it's just you going through the grievance. It wasn't no goddamn baby. It wasn't no baby. She taking that to her grave, bro. But link in the description. It was a long podcast. We only did about 20 some plus minutes. But I try to point out the main points. I know Fresh and Fit. Myron Gaines is about to respond to this shit. He probably have her on the podcast. But let me know what y'all think.